everybody. Welcome to the Boom and Freezer Show. I am your host, Scott Frost. I'm with my man, Bobby Boom, and we got a special guest today. But before I get to the guest, I want to talk about another special partner, and it's Hilltop Promotions. It's one table, it's two players, it's one winner. And the special guest we might have today, along with this title sponsor, Hilltop Promotions, could potentially get on that list at some point. It's Alex, the Lion, Pagulayan.
Hey guys, finally, Freezer had me on your show. I'm beginning to wonder when you're gonna have me on.
Alex, and you're awesome. We've been dying to get you on the show. You're amazing. I love you. You've been to Yale Billiards. You played in our events. When I do interviews, you're the absolute best. I can't wait to get this show going.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's talk about the Lion, Alex Pagulayan. First of all, do you know Scott? You know Scott Frost?
Obviously, he's the reason why I played one pocket. I took the game serious because of him.
Oh,
Not
wow.
in a good way, just because. I mean, I'm very competitive, and there's a lot of hype on Scott Frost when he was the number one pocket player, and I still don't know how to play the game. And thanks
Makes
to
two of us.
Scott, he showed me a few things. so, uh, and then he's one of the reasons why I played for sure.
That's great. You guys had a bunch of battles, and we'll get in a couple
Yeah.
of those later on. Um, but Alex, how's your shoulder? First of all, are you getting ready to
Right now,
compete again soon?
I'm 92% better. Um, I did play last night. Someone for $60, and I will played rotation. He beat me, but I couldn't. I played okay. I mean, for not playing for 8 months, and I couldn't break the ball, and also couldn't draw my ball about 2 feet. So everything is all followed through. It feels like I was playing one pocket.
How long do you think that injury is still expected, and are you treating it with anything?
Well, I think it's gonna be less than a month, but to play competitively, I don't know how long would that take. When I was 20 years old, it take about 3 days. Now, when you're like time is two and a half, it might take about 3 to 1 year, 3 months to a year.
I was thinking about that. How long has it been since you've really played competitively, Alex? It's been a little. It's
Eight. It's been 8 months. The
yeah.
last time I played was the World Tembol Cup in Indonesia with John Mora in October, I believe.
Okay.
That's the last event I played.
Is this the longest time that you had taken off from your pro career?
No, no, I quit several times. So I quit for like a year and a half, 1 year. This is not the longest time.
What'd you do when you quit? Why'd you quit? You playing poker?
Hey, free freezer. We have That's the reason why we learn all the games. So if the pool game is off, we can gamble in any other things. So
That's right. That's right.
poker, chicken fight, you name it. And then I've been doing a lot of farming too, so it's all good.
Speaking of chicken fights, where are you right now? Are you in Philippines?
I
Is it
mean,
legal?
the
Is,
farther,
is chicken fighting
yeah,
legal there?
yes, it's very legal here.
Big
But
there.
you cannot do it in your home backyard, but you can do to they call it like the galera, like the chicken arena. So every city has them. That has the license to do it. You gotta have a license to do it. So, but you could do it at home, and if you get caught, you get caught. They probably slap your hand a little bit in there, and then so, yeah.
It,
I gotta say something, Bobby. He just mentioned getting caught. I was just there for the Reyes Cup and then the Philippines Open, and Carl Boys and I rented mopeds, and everybody told us we're crazy to do that, but we rented mopeds and went from where did we go from? We went from one side of the town all the way through the rough areas to um, Gateway Mall 2, wherever that hotel is right there by Gateway Mall 2. And multiple times I told Carl, I said, we're probably going to get pulled over multiple times. They're just going to stop us and mess with us. So I had my screensaver of a picture of me and Efren.
Yeah, that's that's a license.
Yeah, well, it turned out to be a license because we used it the whole trip. A couple of times we were drinking, a couple of times a couple of funny little things would happen, and the cops would go from arresting us to becoming our friends. So it was really cool.
I tell you guys a little story with me and Rodney Morris. So I'm talking about maybe I would say 17 or 16 years ago. So me and Rodney went to a bar and we got so drunk. And I said to Rodney, bro, you can handle yourself better than me. So I let you drive. So we're staying in Ortiga Center, one of the nicest place in the Philippines. So I was sleeping on the passenger seat, right? And Rodney Moore is driving, and he got pulled over with couple of AR, like six cops. And then Rodney says, Alex, wake up, wake up, wake up. I said, what's going on? We got pulled over by six cops. I said, just roll the window down. Like, I'm still drunk.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I opened the window, it says, hey, chap, good morning. Okay, go
Yeah.
on, go. That was a funny story.
That's something
Uh,
that's so crazy about your country. They
uh-huh.
love pool so much. They support you guys so much. I love your country. I truly do. I love your country. I can't stop talking about it. When I come out of the hotel, it's not about how much money somebody has. Everybody's just happy. They're all not listen, they're not all good people, but they for the most part, they're all just good people. They're happy people. I love your country. I truly do.
Yeah, I think our country is very unique. We've been colonized by so many countries, like so it's all blend in. It's not really like Asian country. It's more like Spanish, American, British. It's all we all mix. So yeah, it's a good country, and everybody's nice until you try to play in some pool, and then that become badass.
Yeah, yeah. They all speak English too. I like most of the
Well,
people over there speak good English.
it's our second language. If you go to school, you able to speak and not like there's gonna be an accent, of course, but they will understand English because it's our second language. I believe we have 52 dialect and two main languages, Tagalog and English.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the Filipinos. Like you said, Efren, yourself, Bustamante, you guys are rock stars there. Can you tell everybody out that's watching like what it's like? I mean, can you go downtown to the mall, or
It,
how bad is it?
well, it's not as bad as Efren. If me, Efren, Bustamante, Parika, or all the rest of the pool players, if we walk in the Philippines, if 20 of us go walk in the right side and Efren work on the left side, no one is gonna come to us. Everybody's gonna go to Efren, right? So that's how it works. So if not Efren is not around and we walk, of course, everybody's like, hey, Pags, hey, Boosty. But if Efren is around and you get a break, no one's gonna come to you for sure. You'll be lucky. There's one or two person that will, ask for pictures. They're gonna go to Efren first before us. So
That's a
that's how.
very humble remark there, and that is probably how it is. He's just so loved over there. Not that you guys aren't, but I've seen it firsthand, and
Oh yeah,
it's
because before
hard
Manny,
to.
before Manny Pacquiao become famous, Efren Reyes is the most famous Filipino there is, right?
Yeah,
They even farmers that do the rice that there's no internet. If you say Efren, oh, I know Efren, I know Efren. Who's the president? No, we don't know the president. No, but we know Efren. That's yeah.
It's amazing.
That's how. Yeah, amazing.
That's true. Then that's the rumor I heard that Pacquiao and Efren are two probably the biggest stars in the country. Correct?
Well, Pacquiao now, hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Pacquiao now more well known than any other Filipino there is.
Well, he's one of the most well known in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, you're right. So Efren is the next one. Efren till to this day, at the age of 71, I believe, if he goes to the pool room, it's gonna be packed. Like literally, everybody stopped doing. If he goes to one town, especially where I live now, they're gonna drop whatever they're doing to see Efren. That's how still famous he is. Yeah.
Wow.
So
All right. Let's talk a little bit about Canada. Right. You and your friend John Mora. How did you become Canadian part of pool? And can you tell everybody how that happened, what that's all about? Because obviously you're from the Philippines, right?
yeah. In 1994, I'm already playing pool then, but not seriously. I'm one of those kids that always wandering around and looking to something to do. But when I moved to Canada in 1994, when my mom petitioned me to go over there, uh, she put me to you know school. Then I tried for 5 months. That didn't work. And I tell you a little bit of story why I stopped playing pool. I mean school. So when my mom asked me to buy a sack of rice for like 10 kilos, right? She gave me 25 bucks. This is I think this is weekend. I believe it's a weekend, yeah. Right beside the convenience store, there's a pool table. And I saw my schoolmate playing. They're playing for I think I 20 bucks a game. And then I haven't played pool in what, 11 months. So, and I saw how they play, and the most they can make is three balls in a row. So I watched for 5 minutes, right? And then I'm looking at my my mom gave me $25 to buy the
Your
sack of
mommy's food
rice.
money.
So now I go outside. I'm talking to myself. She's gonna kill you if you lose. And my devil side, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it, right? So I come to conclusion. I decided to just put my order. How back in the day works. The
Oh,
in
yeah.
order for you, to challenge, you have to put your coin,
When
right?
your quarter comes up, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So finally, my quarter's up, and there's one cocky kid. He's a little bit older than me. Then he goes, "Hey kid, how much you want to bet?" I said, "What can I bet? Whatever you got in your pocket." I said, "I'm too scared. I only want to bet 20 bucks, but that's all I have, right?" So, so anyway, make long story short, he broke the ball. I was so scared. He broke, and I ran out. So, and then the next one, I got two barrels now. I broke and ran out, and everybody quit. I said, "God damn it!" I mean, I couldn't stall because I only got like one barrel. So how am I gonna stall
Alex, this happened in Canada?
in Canada? Yeah. And
Okay.
then the rest is history. And then I stopped. I said, let's go back playing pool. But I after that, I said, if I'm gonna take pool again, I'm gonna take it serious. I said. And then when I was 17, I gave myself 8 years to become a world champion. And I said, if I don't make it, and I will quit the game.
Yeah, in
But
2004, you win the world championship.
yeah, I didn't make it. Uh, I won when I was 26, but I didn't know that you need to get lucky to win a tournament. So that's why when I turned 24, I gave myself another 6 years to win it. because I didn't know that you cannot dominate a pool tournament because in any given day the guy could run 6 7 pack on you and without even making any mistake, right?
Yeah.
So I just gotta wait my turn. And then yeah, in 2004, I did it. And
Let's talk
then
about
I wanted
2004.
to
Let's talk
I
about
wanted
2000.
go ahead.
Let's talk about 2004. Your first championship. Was it a pretty special moment at that point? And then you figure you made it?
Yes, because in 2003 I finished a lot of second. And at one point I was getting frustrated. The last time I came second before I win the World Championship. I finished second in 2002 against Ralph Suke at the U.S. Open, the World Championship against Thorsten Omen, and bunch of that. I finished a lot of seconds. So I was in Indiana and I was playing. I would never forget this because I was playing Brian Gross in
Oh
a
yeah.
bar table.
Oh yeah.
Right? He has to beat me twice. So he beat me hill twice.
He could play.
Yeah, he could play. And very nice guy. I like him.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So after I lost, I went outside. I'm holding my cue. I'm looking at the pole, and I start swinging my cue like this, like I've shattered my shaft to 1,000 pieces, right? And everybody smoking. Everybody went inside the pool, and they think I was going crazy, right? So So now, and then I start laughing at myself because I took my frustration out.
Yep.
But next week, there's another tournament in Wilmington, North Carolina, right? So I'm playing again, one pocket this time. So I don't have any shaft. But I was with Ronnie Weissman and said, Ronnie, there's any way I can borrow your shaft, right? So make long story short, me and Ronnie's on it's in the final, right? Ronnie beat me. And I'm looking at the shaft. It's his shaft, right? He says, and he says to me, don't even think about it. He says, that was so funny. And then at the 9 ball event, I finally broke through the ice. I beat Johnny Archer in the final. So that's the beginning of I start winning.
So what a big win that is. He was the player of
Yeah,
the '90s at that time.
yeah,
I mean, he was like
yeah,
he was the one to beat.
yeah. I was in that, wanted to win so bad one tournament. I was so focused in that event, and then wanted to win it. And I can't remember if Tony Allen and they were booking the game, the
Yeah.
matches, and the bookings was so done. They ended up winning of me that last day just because I'm going through the field. No one is passing four, right? So they ended up giving Johnny don't 11. It's race to 15. And
Wow.
obviously, if you're like pool, everybody, you all gonna put your money to Johnny Archer. Even me, I'm gonna put my money on Johnny Archer. I ended up beating him 15-4.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so and then that's how my career start. I start winning then, and yeah, the rest is history.
What was the difference, do you think it was between all those second places that you had? I know you needed a little bit of luck there. Was it your mind different any point, or was it just the luck you need to turn around from there?
That's the biggest stage of a pool player. It's that mindset.
Yeah.
Um, when you start losing, you start beginning to doubt yourself. So that's the hardest stage of out of all throughout playing pool. That you know you can do it, but you can't do it just because your self doubt is stopping you from doing it.
Alex, I think there's a transition period though, right? And I know you know this. When we're young and we're coming up, we're used to losing, right? You're used to losing,
Uh-huh.
but you want it. You just mentioned it, and I could feel it in your voice.
Mm,
But you want it so bad when you're taking those thirds and seconds and seconds and seconds. You never feel a hunger quite like that really ever again, and you're used to losing early in your life, right? So the problem
mhm,
comes, I think, which you'll agree, and I was one of the worst at it. And you and I had talked about me with that because I took it really badly later in my career. But my point to that is when you're young, you're climbing up, so you're used to losing. You're kind of almost expecting it a lot of times until you start to really knock on the door, and then
mhm.
and then you get to the point where when you won the World Nine Ball Championship and you beat Johnny 15-4,
Uh-huh.
you probably couldn't put into words how bad you wanted to win that tournament.
Oh yeah, you can't put it to words. But when you're up and coming player, losing in the beginning, it's okay because you
Yeah,
know in yourself that you're not ready yet.
exactly.
But the most frustration part of the thing is when you're like you're ready, you can beat everybody playing for money, but you can't win a tournament. That is the
Yeah,
hardest part. In playing for money, it's you have a longer race, you can dominate, right? Playing in a tournament, a race to nine. I mean, back in the day, it's winner breaks, and a guy like Johnny Arch could run five racks, and you're down 5-0, and finally you get a shot. You're like start shaking, you're afraid to make a mistake because your opponent might break and run another four and shake your hand after.
yeah.
So yeah, so
Well, it
like
was
I
tough
said,
mentally. Tough mentally.
mhm,
Yep.
yeah. But once you get over that and you realize, okay, it's not my turn, and my time will come. Now it's easy for me to say in not just because I already know what to do, because sometimes there's nothing you can do. So now I don't really like beat myself when I lose, just because sometimes there's nothing you can do. And even if you get upset when you lose, it's not gonna help, right? It's not gonna bring back the past.
No, of
So
course.
just, yeah.
You know, a lot of players on the podcast we had, Fran and David, and they have that same mindset, right? They say if you give it your best, sometimes with the luck, the rolls, or just the way the balls are rolling, there's nothing you can do. And if you can beat
There's nothing
yourself
you
up
can
for
do.
that, you can still beat
Mhm.
yourself up, even though you did nothing really wrong. You played well.
Well, there's always mistake when you lose. There's no such thing. Well, there is. Sometimes you leg bad and the guy run a rap. I mean, the set on you, but that hardly happen, right?
I think what
So,
he's saying is, Alex, I think what he's saying is that, and I think all the elites, the current elites right now, they all have this mindset. I mean, in order to be an elite player, in order to be a world champion, they all have to have this mindset. And I think what he's saying is that even if they lose, if whether they play good or bad or make mistakes, they just quickly move on to the next tournament, right? They get through.
yes, yeah, it's like one of the my favorite quotation by Anthony Robbins says. Ever since I read that book, he says, past doesn't equal the future, and it hit me so hard. And he's damn right. Past doesn't equal the future, so you got to think about your future. Forget the past. There's nothing you can do in the past. You can learn from the past, but if you dwell on the past, and the only person that's gonna pay for you, whoever's dwelling in that past.
It's great advice. Great
So
advice.
yeah.
At
Hmm.
that point, when you went in 2004, are you playing for Canada? Are you representing Canada? Are you Philippines? Are you kind of in the middle?
I was representing Canada that time, and obviously when I won it, and I in the interview, and then although I represent Canada, I'm still 110% Filipino, and yeah, but of course I love Canada. I mean, but I'm still Filipino, you know.
Let me ask you a question, Alex. What you mentioned your mom petitioned for you to go to Canada. Do you mind touching on that? Do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, my mom was she's a very hardworking single mother, and she was in Greece. Uh, Wait a minute, maybe Greece and Cyprus is the same. Probably the
Cyprus,
same,
I
right?
believe, is in Greece. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She worked there for 8 years, and then her dream is to go to Canada and bring six of us in Canada. So yeah, she worked another like I believe another 5 years, and then she finally had the chance to bring us only for the first three children. She allows the first three children, and after that, the next three of my siblings they went there after a couple years.
How many brothers and sisters you have?
I have two brothers and three sisters
That's awesome.
Do they play pool?
that I know. Yeah, my brother plays a little bit of pool. He's the one who got me. Him and my father got me to playing pool, but the brother that 2 years older than me, he's the one got me actually playing because they couldn't beat me in anything we do, cards, whatever we do, right? So they trying to get my a dollar or two. So finally they said, "Hey," he says, my big brother says, "Hey, Dad has a pool room now, four tables, and we should play." I said, "I don't know how to play." Me too. I never played the game. He says, right? But meanwhile, they've been playing for a month, right? And I already know that's where they up to. So no, no. I said I told my brother, no, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. But every time they go on, I hit balls like like 2 3 hours, right? So after a couple weeks, and they don't know. I watch them play, and I said, oh, you guys can't beat me now. So I start playing them for like 10 cents, 20 cents back in the day. So I get their money, and then
So
I
you
got hooked.
so you had a competitive spirit when you were young. You
Oh yeah,
something now
oh yeah.
before you were competitive.
I'm very competitive when I was young. Yes, yeah. Pool is just one of them. So, and pool is the only sports that I can play because I can't play anything else. I can't play football, basketball, baseball.
You could have gotten into like the Olympics for long jumping. You were pretty good at,
Long, no, I was too short. I
but
mean,
but 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 you could jump real high. I mean,
I
maybe
could jump, but I would never make it to Olympics.
I'm
No,
joking.
because
It was
I I got 3 inches legs.
yeah. I know.
But you also have a shot where we're going to have Austin edit this clip in here where you can make a ball with the back heel of your foot, right?
Mm,
That's your shot, right?
right, I could. Yeah, but I'm not the original of that. I saw that guy doing that in Reno,
Yeah.
Nevada, about I believe it's 1998 when I saw that.
Who was the guy that
Uh,
was doing it? I've seen it too.
I, ca- I can't remember who it is, but I just perfected it, and but I saw he did it, and I said, "Hey, I didn't know that was possible." And then I start doing it, and then I put a little decoration in it when I did it in 2006, the trick shot competition. So I had a little bit of thing that it make it fun.
Did you make any money on that shot ever?
Uh, one time only, but that's about it. Well, I did make one for 500, I believe, in Buffalo. I put the object ball on the spot, and then I kick it 5 rails. On the spot, the object ball has a penny on top of it, right?
Yeah.
And then I kick it 5 rails. I have to hit the object ball without knocking the penny.
I was there.
So yeah, I talked the guy into it that I need a 30 tries to do it, 30 shots, right? And he says done. And then my whole goal is to do it in the after 15 tries. But I hit it so hard, I accidentally clipped the object ball so thin and it moved without, knocking the penny off. I made it by accident.
You got a little lucky.
Yeah, I got a
Uh,
little lucky. Yeah, so yeah, I made a little money, but after that, that's it. They quit.
all right, let's
Yeah.
get back in your career. 2004, now you won the world championship. You got to be in a different mindset Tell us what happened to your career after that, and how did it
Uh,
change your life? Was it life changing that much?
yes, but I still have one goal then, and to win the U.S. Open. The very next year, I won the Open, and after that, my enthusiastic into the game kind of got dropped a little bit because when you short your goal, like I didn't want to. My goal is not to become the best pool player in the world. I just want to win those two tournaments. And then after that, my career went down just because for a couple years, just because I thought I was finished.
That's
And
interesting.
yeah, and then I realized it doesn't end there. So I got the 2005 uh, late that year until 2006. I didn't really play events and stuff. I just, being a kid and you think you're in the top of the world. Like I think it happens to most of the young athletes out there when you reach the peak and you start feeling, this is it. Until mid 2007, I said, what am I doing? I asked myself, what am I doing? What am I gonna do? I can't go. I don't want to work. Don't. I'm not knocking people that working at the office or McDonald's or anything, but I don't want to do that. So I said, what am I gonna do? And I decided to play pool again.
And then you won the World Pool Masters in 2008, right?
Yeah, yeah, seven. I won the BCA in 2007, the World Pool Master, and so on. And
And so,
then I
Yeah, you
stopped
full
again,
career. But
and I stopped again in 2009 because I got hooked in this private game in the Philippines playing cards, and there's a lot of money involved. And then you know, I stopped again. And then
yeah.
2000, late 2011, and I start playing again, and that's, and then yeah, I can't remember when I won the banks in Derby. I
well,
think
you
11
you
or
were the
12, one of those two.
yeah you were what year was it? Well, you're one of the only players. I know Filler has done it. But you're one of the only players to win all three divisions.
Yeah, I didn't do it until 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the when I won them all.
Yeah.
And in 2014, I think I quit the game for 1 year, and now ever
Now, why
since
did you
I
quit?
start
Why did you
playing
quit?
again,
Why did you quit 2014?
He was gambling.
uh, the game got good again.
Okay, that's
So,
understandable.
well, when sometimes when the game is good, when there's a lot of free money, I'm not gonna mention any name, but when you're playing cards, it's out there to be grabbed. It's hard to turn it down.
Yeah, because
You know.
oftentimes when you go into one of those poker games and you look around the room for the sucker and you can't find it, you're probably it.
Uh, yes, and then I'm very fortunate for me. I saw like four or five of them, so I just stick around, and that
Exactly.
lasted for like a year, and then it got dried out, and let me play pool again.
So when it gets dried
So,
out, Alex, did you ever, because I saw a little change in your emotion when you mentioned it a minute ago. And you don't have to answer, but I'm sure you went through hard times as well, right? Like
of
you've taken some.
course, of course,
Can you tell
of
us a little
course.
bit about that?
Well, the problem when it comes to gambling and any other thing, when your ego start getting in the way, you're screwed. So I realized, okay, I don't play cards for a living. So stop messing with the top poker players
Yeah,
and just pick your spot. And ever since then, you know, I, I book more winner than when I was younger, just because now when I see the game I can't beat, I stop.
yeah,
And I just, it's like playing pool. It's not how good you play, it's how good you match up.
yeah.
It's the same thing. Unfortunately for poker, in any given day, I mean, or 1 week or 1 month, can't win. That's the time to quit. In pool, you can overcome that. You make a better game. You're like four balls better than your opponent. I mean, no matter how unlucky you are, you're gonna make your opponent unlucky. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
All right, so you come back and you win all three at Derby City on top of the world at that point, 2015, master of the table
that's
champion.
that is the most memorable tournament that I ever won and most happiest one because I always wanted to win the all around, and after 16 years I finally did it. And yeah, I would consider that better than the world championship for me anyway, for me, because that's I want to win that so bad.
Same. That's the only. I was a one pocket player, but
Yeah,
I won every major I wanted to win, and I never did win the master table. Efren beat me out. He beat me by 1 point. I believe that's possible. I'm pretty sure it was
yeah,
like
it is. Well,
he
Shane
beat me
beat me
one
by
point.
half a point.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
I was up 6-1. Remember when the 9 ball used to be raised to 7? You
yeah,
remember?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
up
yeah,
six
yeah.
to one against Efren in
Yeah.
2010. I'm up 6-1, race to 7, and I lost. And if I win that match, I'm locked in for the all around.
Uh,
I
that's the
was
one you won the one pocket, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
2009 I made the finals, but 2010 I had finally had a chance to win the all around. It was my last chance, and
yeah.
I never
It,
threatened it again. Efren broke my heart. Efren always broke my heart in tournaments, man. Always. He was so good in the tournaments, man.
oh yeah, he's one of a kind. So
Yeah.
I remember when he won the world in 1999, I was there. He was down 6-1, and I can't remember who's the Japanese player is. And he messed up, ended up winning, and he won the whole thing. That was the to get out of the group. And I remember also the first match he played, the top 16 for the knockout stage. He missed cue of one of the shots and he switched cue. He used his breaking cue and he
Really.
stormed off. He won the whole thing. I was there. I watched it because I was so fascinated. I watch every move that he does because, I wanted to learn. This is I'm on the stage that on the learning stage, right? So
Yeah.
whatever I can learn from him, it's although it's very difficult to learn from Efren because he's the way he thinks is in another level, right? So
Yeah.
for me, I rather if I'm learning one pocket, I rather learn from Scott Frost than Efren because when Efren plays, it's hard to understand what he's doing until you at that level now, that stage. But if you're a beginner, I mean, why did he do that? So it's very difficult.
Yeah, I don't think
Like
anybody would be at but the way he thinks he was in a league of his own, always
yes,
playing
yeah,
with,
that's right.
always.
I finally understand now. Uh, when I understand now when I think in 2015, 14, like that onwards, and okay, I know why he's playing that now.
Yeah.
Would I? But I would still choose some other path just because I think there's one pocket is about percentage. It's not
All
really
percent.
about
Yeah.
So for him, I guess his percentage when he does the shot is higher percentage for him.
Right.
But for us, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going the other way.
yeah, same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the show, and that was one of the questions I had for him. With, like you said, the thought process. Do you think how different he is? He thinks than almost everybody else, even the top players. Efren's mind is to a different level compared to almost anybody, right?
Yeah, he's one of those guys that he does what he thinks. When I think of something, I still question myself, is this the right shot?
I do
You
Right.
know
too.
what I mean? Him is different. He does what he feel. Me, would I do this for money? This is my last barrel. Would I go for it? Of course not. You know what I mean? It's very difficult. And you know, doing some of the shots, it looks good. But if you're in a case going, this is your last money. I know Freezer knows what I'm talking about. We're on the road betting our money. My last, it's hard for us to do it because it's, you know, but I guess if money is not the issue, would I still do it? Maybe not. I still wouldn't do it
Well,
just
that
because.
you saying
Right.
that, Alex, you saying that like you knew me when I was young. I didn't really care about money, and I kind of shot immediately what I saw. And
You're actually yes. It's kind of like you played a lot of thin shots that would never, you know, the 90% of one pocket players would never do. But you're good at that slicing, back cut slicing with outside, and I don't know, for some reason you see that shot so good and you do it well. And until to this day, I still once in a while I try it, but if it's a free shots, but you do it when you don't care if you sell out or not, but you make him a lot, so I guess that's the right shot, you
well,
know.
the older I got, the more I missed that shot, the less I shot
W-
it.
Well, but the thing is, the one thing about playing that way, when I learned that, it's hard for your opponent to get comfy
Yes.
because your opponent sometimes, in the beginning, okay, go for that shot, but when you start making it,
Yeah.
your opponent would never leave you that shot. So it's
Yeah.
kind of now your opponent has limited to do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like when you're playing John Brandbach, we keep I keep leaving him long rail bank. I said go for it, and he
He
start
keeps
making.
making it.
I don't think that's the right shot. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
you learn as you go along. I mean, in every player there's a strategy. I think my opinion in one pocket. So
100%.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I always like for me when I play one pocket, I'm always watching my opponent. Okay, is he struggling? So I give him a long shot, you know. I know he's not gonna go for that. When he does, the percentage of him making it is very low. But when he's playing good, no air for him this time. You know, those
Well,
you have to play around with him.
that's something I want to touch on real quick. Is I think
Uh
most people know this. Your cue ball, right? I think
oh yeah.
we started playing when you didn't know as much about the game, and I don't know. I don't even know if I knew anything about the game. I just was crazy. I just shot crazy things, and everybody thought that I was shooting the wrong shot. But the more you learn the game, and you always, even in your rotation pool, you're always known for your cue ball. Obviously, you were always a great shot maker as well, but your cue ball was always on a string. And I think that when you realize that, and I know there was a point where you really realized that your cue ball is going to benefit you more than your shot making, because you just said that no more air for you. That's really where your game really started to come up.
Oh yeah. My I always take care of my Cuba. I always want to improve my Cuba, just because when you get older, you can still play. And as you know, a lot of great older players, the reason why they play good till to this day because of their cue ball.
Yeah,
Because it's always you can always run out when you're like a foot or a foot and a half from the object ball. And I know our eyesight's gonna deteriorate as you grow older. But when you're always close and you could
Makes
run
the game
out.
easier.
But
Makes the game a lot
yeah,
easier, right?
makes the game a lot easier. That's why when I try to teach my student, I always, shot making is okay. Everybody can make a shot,
yeah,
but taking care of the cue ball, I think that is the whole thing here because obviously you cannot win without making the shot, but that's already given, right? But when you put your cue ball in a certain spot and when you become a master of your cue ball, I think your game will last for a long time.
absolutely. Well said.
Spe-
Uh,
and especially in one pocket,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if your opponent moves better than you. if your cue ball is better than him, I think I'm taking the guy who has the cue ball, because learning the game as you go along, that your opponent can learn in 2 3 games like that, but his cue ball is so good, and
I'll give
next thing
you
you know.
perfect example, Alex. A perfect example. I was running a fireworks business, but Federgorst, when he first started playing one pocket, he and I played a challenge match for 5,000
Mhm.
at rail yard billiard. And I think there was probably money bet on the side, but I wasn't betting anything on the side. I was
Mm.
in bad pool condition anyway. I wasn't really playing. But when we started playing the match, everybody on the sidelines that was on my sides was telling me, just get the balls up table. Just get the balls up table. Yeah, right. And I did. I did that, or I tried that, and I realized real quickly to exactly what you just said. And this is what I tried to tell these people. I'm like, listen, you don't understand, but if they've got a better cue ball than you, and listen, I'm willing to admit it. Federer definitely at that point in time, right then and there, or whatever it is, and he's got an amazing cue ball. If they got a better cue
Mhm.
ball than you, it doesn't really matter if they know the ins and outs of the game just at the beginning. They're going to emulate what you're doing right away, and when they can
And
execute better than you, you're done.
yep, amen, amen. So big people, they don't realize, especially when your opponent doesn't have any ego, he's there to learn. Oh,
It's
and
tough.
he can learn, and he can learn in 2 3 days big. I mean, like buy a ball or two or something,
Yeah.
just because their cue ball is so good, and then they're willing to learn. It's he can learn in like 2 3 days, a lot of things.
Yes.
So in one pocket.
Well,
But
you did it with me.
obviously,
You did it with
oh
me.
yeah, I that's after our match in Vegas. That's the time I become. No one realized how much shit. Can I say that? Sorry. No one realized how much things I learned from Scott when I played. But uh, the shot that I like, some of the shot, you know the shot, but you need to learn how to hit it. The timing of the shot, especially that cross bank thing with outside. And if you hit it too hard, it's not gonna go. If you hit it too soft, it's you're gonna miss the whole ball. That timing of the shot, the best one I've seen is Tony Chon with that shot.
Oh yeah.
By the hole, and then you put a
Twist
just
back.
enough outside, yeah, twist back in the long one that you have to calculate
Yeah.
from the distance of the ball. That's a very difficult shot, especially when you're playing. For me, when you're playing with the um low deflection shaft, that's very difficult.
Very difficult. He and Danny Smith for that
Oh
long
yep.
that
I
twist
don't
back. He and the shredder were the best.
I don't know who's better on that shot, him or Danny Smith, but both of them are very very good at that one.
Yeah, yeah.
And I sometimes I practice that, and but when the heat is on, even if you know the shot, when the heat is on, that little nerves that which
Right?
Yeah.
oh, this is easy, but no, that extra pump of your heart, and you go.
Uh, oh
Scott
man,
knows what I'm talking
Oh yeah.
about.
I've been there.
I'm sure we all seen it. We all do it all the
Uh,
time. Just to see you guys do it is a little weird for us. But all right, 2015 master the table. How you feeling? What's your goal now? Are you just gonna say I'm taking over the world? I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
well, my okay. So one of my biggest problem really is my I'm very fun. Uh, how do I pronounce this? Uh, Spontaneous. Did I
Yeah,
say it right?
yeah.
Yeah, I like
Yep.
to do a lot of things. I'm not really pool mindset.
I'm the
That's
same way.
why that's my biggest problem is my mental and a discipline to the game just because I like to do a lot of things. I'm not. I just
Can
don't
I
want to
ask you
play
a question?
pool.
Do you think it's a little more psychological, especially after the big wins? Do you think it's harder? Does that make a difference,
Not
or is it all the time?
uh for me, not is not the case. I just like to do a lot of things. I'm one of those person that I can. I feel like I can do everything, which is that's not that's impossible. But that's what I feel like. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Yep.
Hmm.
But
I do.
so when I if I just play, I wish I just play pool sometimes. But also sometimes I don't want to play just pool because there's another life out there, right?
Yes.
But sometimes I envy Dennis Orcullo, Shane Van Boeing, Joshua Filler. They like they just play pool. But for me, I don't know. I only play pool if I'm challenged. That's it. So
Me
if
down.
I
some
was the
guy right
same way.
now,
I was the
yeah,
same way.
yeah, it's very. If someone asks me right now, challenge me, I says, Alex, I want to play for 100,000, play in one pocket. I will, whatever I'm doing, I'll quit for like 3 months and get ready for that match. You know. So,
Well,
uh,
speaking of that, who you can't play right now? You can't get ready to play anybody right at the moment, right?
Now with the
oh, right
shoulder.
now, impossible. No,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Well,
right.
we
But
don't. We don't. I don't even want to talk about it then because it's an
um,
irrelevant case. But who would
but
you
I
play?
could place. So
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, right now I will play anybody right now, but I can't draw the ball. Only follow through. Because right now I can't draw my ball right now.
That might be a good game though. I've never seen anybody match
Yeah,
up like that.
yeah. You have to. You can't. You can stop the ball, but you can't draw it. If you draw 2 inch, it's a foul. They probably still take my money right now. So, but
All right.
yeah, who would I? Go ahead. You were asking
You know where I was
something.
going with it. I
Yeah.
just I don't know. I know that you and Federer were talking about playing a big one pocket match at some point, and I don't know if that's
Uh, do I still have it to compete with Federer?
well. He doesn't play one.
Probably.
I mean, he can play. Obviously, he's great. But
Uh,
what were you going to say? What was your answer?
well, I mean,
It's different when you take 8 months off. Okay, at your level, I know you're used to doing that, but when you get older,
okay.
you start to take that
The
time off. I know personally, when I took the
Yeah,
4 years off, I never
oh
was the
yeah.
same player again. I was never the same.
It's very difficult.
Yeah,
So right now, if I were to play Federer, here's the so right now what's June? I probably played him in October, probably or November, and we're gonna have to play in a neutral place. Like we can't play in
really are.
some rarely because that's his home ground. You
Yeah,
know all about one pocket. If you know back of your head, the table. It's for me. It's like a ball and a half.
it's very big.
Disadvantage. It's very big.
Like
So
how you
if I
like
were
how
to
you like how you got me in LA.
yes, 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 because there that table. The reason why I played you there, even though you're still better than me, then because the table has 6 different roles.
Oh,
We call
That's
it gaff,
why.
right? We
that was
call
a
it
turn.
gaffy
Yeah,
table, right? Gaffy
That
I
was a
table.
didn't
turning
do
point
it.
in my
It's
career.
just like it's just like I played there for a month straight, and I'm one of those person. I check every role there is because it's very big, right? And then I saw it. By the time, and I when I called Scott off, I said, by the time we figure this one out, it's too late. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I was sitting at a poker table. I'm not joking. I was sitting at a poker table. Alex calls me and says, "Hey," and it'd been like 8 months or a year. I don't know how long it'd been for since we played. And he said, "The only way they're going to let me play you is if you play me here in LA." I'm an idiot,
uh,
sucker. I didn't do any investigation, right? I didn't know he'd been playing on the table for like 3 months or a
I'm,
month or whatever it was.
a month.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, a month straight. You'd been playing with Shane though. You and Shane had been
With
gambling.
Shane with a lot of people, and
Oh God.
you know, either table, the other table and the
Yeah,
farther one is better, I think, because there's only like three rolls, I think. But the first one has six, I believe. And that's the only table I seen. If you roll to the right, it goes out. If you roll to the left, it goes in. Have you ever seen those kind of table? That's very difficult, huh?
I remember it. I
How's that?
remember it clearly. I clearly, I had an easy cut shot, but it was just, I was close to it, but it was really steep. And I've never watched that match again because I was sick because I fell for it.
Uh,
And that's on me. But I had an easy cut shot and I just got to chip it in and come over and I cut the ball. And it had to, the pocket was like the ball's here and the pocket's here. It had to roll like a foot and a half and the ball rolled about that far. And I was like, oh my God, I'm dead. This table's so slow.
and then there's a side rail. When you bank it, it goes long, and the other side it goes short. So I said, what the hell? So that's how it was a tricky table. So anyway, that's 14 years ago.
No, no, no. But my point there is you didn't really trick me, right? The table still, we both had the same table, and from there, uh, I mean, you really changed. With you, you and I had a lot of battles, and from there, I didn't beat you again. I mean, we played 6 days in Las Vegas, and it
Oh,
was
but see, I
brutal,
mean,
brutal.
but once you know the table, now it took still, you know what I mean? I already learned how to play then, right? And but still took 6 days. I mean, if you know the table, the first time we play, you probably beat me because well, I would have never played you anyway.
We were into the 6th day playing seven ahead, and the coin was on zero.
Uh-huh.
Unbelievable. That match. You owe me about 4 years of my life for that match, by the way.
Is that more
Uh,
physical or emotional wear on you after all?
We were both like a little bit goofy.
yeah. Well, we're trying to,
We're trying to
back in
take
the
each
day, we're
other's
trying to,
heads off.
yeah. It's just when you play. I mean, it's not about the money. It's just about who can win, who's better. And I think that's what now it's not about like that to me anymore. It's
Me neither.
about learning. It's when you're young, you think all of this. Oh, I'm the best. I'm this. I'm that. Uh, Especially, I see a lot of kids these days like that, and when they get older, they realize it's about just playing the game.
Yep.
So now he can beat me day in day out for 3 months. I could care less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but
I got a
I
question.
guess when you get older, everything changes.
It
I'm
does.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking a little older, you got these young kids now. One pocket. Who do you both think that the top two one pocket players are in the world right now? Like if you play
Well, the
today,
top two one pocket players is the one who's most disciplined, health wise, playing wise. Right now,
if you had to put your money up, they're playing today. Who are the two
I
guys that
I
you?
don't have an answer, but I'll let Alex answer his
Yeah,
first.
okay, for me, it's about this is very difficult. If playing like for like 3 months straight, right, and lose or die, I might have to. If they lock up in the room, if no one gets out alive, I might have to take the Russian guy, right? But if you're playing for 3 months just for $1 million, I
Well,
might
that's
have to
your.
take, I might have to take the German guy.
I'm
You know what I'm
taking
saying?
I'm taking the German.
Just because the German guy has more, let's Joshua Filler he's a gifted child, so he's like that. He can learn like that. But we all know it's not about how good you play, it's how you can hold yourself when the time comes. You know what I
Well,
mean? So,
well, two things for me there though is I mean he did beat Tony both times they played. Now I bet on Tony both times they played. Okay. Now this is at a time when Josh really didn't play the game. Now when I was there when he won Buffaloes, and he pretty much
uh,
steamrolled everybody on a tight table. Um, I just think that Josh is, to your point, he's a special person. He's talented,
Yeah,
but
he's a
he's got
special, but
great
the
IQ though. He's got a great pool IQ.
but it's hard to beat a person, no matter how hard you hit, and it's always like this, and when you hit him, you know what I mean? Hit me more. It's
Yeah,
very difficult. It's
yeah.
like, have you guys watched this uh, boxing, Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hagler?
Oh yeah.
Of course, great
If
fight.
I was Tommy Hearns, I hit him with a lot of punches, and the guy still hit me more, hit me more. I want to leave that guy alone. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I will find something better to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that
But
was you and
like
I
I
in
said,
Vegas.
So you both
yeah.
think Fedor
But like,
Filler?
well, this is. I mean, I would. It's very difficult when Federer is like that. He's like he would never. He's always gonna stick his face out there. You know what I mean? No
I
matter
think they're
how
totally
hard you
different
hit it.
styles. Yeah, I mean,
Totally different style, but
they're
talent
my they're both
wise,
my top two, no question.
creative wise, yes. I mean, look, that would be a crazy uh match if Tony Choan and filler, but Tony is in he does nothing but pool,
Yeah,
and he works out and he just plays pool. I think that too will be we're gonna watch some fireworks there. I
it'll
think
be fun to
that's
watch. Be fun to
yeah,
watch. Yeah.
Awesome.
yeah. So
So
and
that's
And
it.
then
listen, folks, for the people at home, listen. Don't think
yeah.
that I'm counting out this guy here. I'm not. That's not the case, right? And he's humble, but we're just not talking about him right now.
Right.
If he's healthy right now, and for me, if he's healthy right now, and he didn't have this last 8 months off, well, then he'd be in that conversation. There's no question. He knows that. So,
Agree. I
Well,
agree with
right
you
now,
100%.
would I
but if you were healthy,
unload
Alex, and you'd been
even if
playing
I'm
last 8 months,
healthy, but it's still because
you'd play.
right now my long shot it's no longer there. Well, it's there. It comes and go.
I
That's
get it.
one of the issue right now. But could I win any other way? Of course I can. Would I make it difficult for them? Of course I
Well,
can. Would
that's
I
where.
like?
Go ahead.
Would I like the game? If I have no choice, yes, I would play. If I have a choice, I'll pick the other. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still competitive. That I always wanted to. If they give me a reason to come back playing the game, I would play. But would I like it? Of course not. But I like giving people a hard time when I play. So I will, that's how competitive I am. So
All right, I'm going to put you both on the spot. I'm also going to ask our audience to comment. All right. You got Prime Alex and Prime Scott.
Oh God,
Yep.
this guy.
And they're going to play Fedor and Filler in one pocket. How's
There's
it
a
gonna
couple of
go?
problems about
What do
Mr.
you got?
Drama. Mr. Drama. There's a
I just
couple issues with
want,
that. Full
want the
stop.
audience to who would they put in the comments? Who
That's
would
can I?
what do you mean?
The
Playing
prop,
doubles?
just
Playing doubles?
doubles in one pocket is kind of weird, right? So we can
no,
No, it's
he's
fine.
asking he's asking
one pocket. I
who
like
is
it.
better in their prime.
You're
It's
both at the top of your game because they're both at the top of their game right now,
The
100%, right?
problem the problem is for him and I is I was earlier. I was earlier.
yeah.
I was earlier.
So
He was
it's
later.
very difficult to compare apples and oranges. It's just it's two different times. You can't really like they saying who's better, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. It's hard.
Or
You can't
LeBron or
really.
Jordan. Yeah.
Uh, it's just very you can't really we have our own style of
He
playing.
was he was definitely the better all around player. Definitely.
Well,
I didn't
it's
play rotation. I grew up gambling in the streets, right? So he was a rotation.
yeah. So it's hard to you can't really compare. It's like they saying right now who's a better player, the greatest of all time. It's very it's you
Yeah.
can't really say it. It's hard to say because you can't really like Efren played
Efren gets Efren gets that nod though because of who he
yeah,
is and what he's done for his people and everything else. Just because of who he is.
but look, he never, like in gambling, he never beat Buddy Hall. He can't really say, he can't knock Buddy Hall out, right? So it's very, he
Well,
can't really.
he never beat me playing even either.
Come
There
on,
25
you
man.
years.
go. So how can you can't really? It's hard to say, you know what I mean, until you play one
But
another.
exactly. But I
But
can
tournament,
easily say I wasn't the best, right? I can easily say
I
I wasn't the best of all time. That's for sure.
I don't think it's the best of all time is the greatest of all time. I don't think they should erase that
I
in
agree.
the vocabulary. It's
Told
just you
Bobby
can't
this.
really
I've
say.
told Bobby this in the past.
You can't. When people says, "Here's this is what I do." It says, "I'm not the best." This I keep telling them, "I'm not the best, but I will play whoever they claim they're the best." That's my motto.
We'll leave
What,
it at that. That's good.
what do you think
Yeah,
the big?
because it's
Go
huh?
ahead.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
because it's hard. You can't really say there's young player out there that's gonna learn from us. They're gonna suck everything we know, and then next thing you know, they're the best.
There's just so many
It's like
variables, Bobby. There's so many variables.
it's very
Yeah,
well. I can say I'm one of the best making games out there. When they think I'm gonna lose, I get no chance of winning, but hey, I prove a lot of people wrong, because sometimes when you see something that they don't know and you bring him to this environment, and then next thing you know they can't play, so
sure.
very tricky.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Good
very
question.
tricky.
Good question, though. It was a good question.
But I need a question. I need ask you question, Scott. This is a very good one, similar of playing. Who would you bet uh prime to prime, Dennis Urculio or Pedro Gors? This is
Dennis.
that's
Dennis.
this Dennis is because
I never saw anybody do over the 8 or 10 years that he was here in the States what he did. And I witnessed it
yep.
firsthand. I never
Hmm.
saw anything like it. Listen, you and I were giving JRB about the same spot. Dennis come in and give him and Chohan. Dennis come in and give him a ball more, the low way, which whatever. Let's say
Mm,
he was going to 4, and we're going to 15 or 14 or 13 or whatever we were going to. Orcolo came in and let him go to 3. That's incredible, and he
yep.
did lose.
But actually, by the time they're done playing, JRB is going to four, so that means
Well,
Dennis lost a few
They
times to that.
he did. He lost a few times, but I think he came out ahead, giving up that 3 spot. I know because it destroyed my game with JRB.
But in the come of perspective point, the reason we're
Overall,
not
though,
doing it because it's not a good
no, it's not
choice
good.
of gambling. So
No,
right now we don't, not necessarily can't give it to JRB, but we're just not gonna do it.
exactly.
So
But
we can't really say that, hey, no one is I want to see them doing it for their own money. I just want to see it.
no kidding.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's
yeah, I
easy to
do.
say, to give that weight if you're not betting any of your own. I want to
Whole
see
damn
you do
ball.
it with your own money. Let's see if you can, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
yeah, but playing the game, I mean, Dennis is, I don't know, I can't put it towards how good he played. You know what I'm saying?
Me
So,
neither. And
but
rotation games, all the games for a long time, I never saw anybody do really what he did. It was ridiculous.
yes, I agree. He's one of the top person I played for money for sure.
Well, you have a lot of history with gambling with all the players. What's the biggest difference between the players now and the players 15 years ago? Like you said, playing Archer and those guys. What's the biggest difference in the two
Well,
generational players?
the difference now is our equipment has evolved, and there's more player now than back in the day. But the players now, in my or and back in the day, they saying the players now is better back in the day. I won't. I disagree on that because if you go back to back in the day, when your balls is still clay and the cloth is thick and you don't have any jump cue, you don't have any low deflection cue, I don't think they will play the same all the kids that playing today because everything changed. So,
It's a big difference with all the technology changes. Like I said, not only the
oh
cue,
yeah,
cue ball, the cloth, the chalk, everything. Speaking of the cloth, we'll talk about. I mean, cloth. We'll talk about your chalk in a minute. But I mean, everything is different nowadays, right? It's just
oh
easier for.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, like I said, would I? I think back like Steve Misrag, Buddy Cole, if they play today, they will dominate also. I mean, that's the way I think. If they can dominate and play like that back in the day with their equipment, they can play today's game.
Imagine what they can do now, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Even in
I mean,
John, even John, even Johnny and Earl. I mean,
oh yeah,
the only difference is now is that there's a lot more of them. Okay,
oh yeah.
there's a lot more of them.
Right now, there's no buy anymore. Back in the day, there's a lot of buys.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that's
So
highly to a lot of you. Thanks to a lot of you guys. You know what I mean? You two on the
yeah.
screen. You guys played the money match. They watch you guys play. They watch your careers, and they
hmm
try to get better and try to do what you guys do. Right. So you guys are a big part of that, I think.
Well, yeah. I mean, we learn from the old players also. Like I learned from like Parika. I watched them, Johnny Archer, Earl Strickland. Uh, some of the players that I watch, I learn a lot of it from them. So,
Same here. Yeah,
say, I mean, now all the kids that they're out, they where they are now because it's from us also. They learn from us also. So it's kind of like and everything's evolves. Today's game is different, but like I said, if you playing right now, that's why hats to Federal Gorge and Joshua Filler, and they go out there and compete with that with think they cannot play one pocket, but they prove us wrong. Now, everybody can play now.
yeah, they can. I mean, the
So
game's changed. The game's
the
changed, and
game's
there's
changed. Yeah.
and you look at two completely different styles, and I'm a huge Federer fan, especially when I'm teaching. Federer's a working
Yeah.
player. Federer's got to work to play. He works really hard on his game, where Josh is like completely the opposite, very natural. Not saying he doesn't work, he definitely works, but they're
Oh yeah.
completely different styles, and I think that's amazing. I love that. I love two players that have totally different styles that still play at the same level, basically.
Yeah. But like I said, we still wanted to see them played.
Yeah,
I, okay, I think they should play four discipline. I think 9 ball, 10 ball, one pocket and banks. I think for me, I think that's the game
I
for
was
me.
going to say the same thing, and I
Yeah.
know that we just had Filler on the show, and he said that they were working on something, like really working on
Yeah.
something. So we'll see.
Yeah. And then if they comes 2-2, uh
Snooker.
no no
I'm
UFC.
joking.
No, 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 no. I think Federer is a little bigger. I'm gonna have to put my money on Federer this time. I'm not saying Filler cannot fight, but I think I'm taking the Russian. What do you think, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah,
Uh,
the Russian.
All right, Alex. I want to
okay.
talk a little bit last thing about Canada. One of your road partners, one of your good friends, John Moore, is playing really well from Canada. You play well with him as partners as well. You want to talk about your relationship with him, how that evolved? 'Cause it seemed like you guys are really close. You guys are always
Yeah,
joking
I
around.
know. Yeah, I know John since 5 years old. I won a tournament with his mom. I won a tournament with his dad as a
Shout out
partner.
Mario.
Yeah, it's Mario Mora and Anita Kuzma. Kuzma, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but uh, yeah, and John, I tell you about story about John in 2017. I remember this. My our last World Cup of pool. He says, he says, brother, this is gonna be the last time we're gonna play together. He says, why? Because his neck was hurting him. He was playing right-handed then. And then I said, I respect your decision. Whatever your decision, that's all you. But I gave him a book. It's called "You're a Badass" by Jen Sincero, right? And it says, read this book after before you quit. And then next thing you know, he's back playing, and then he switched to left. And amazing. One of the, if not the greatest thing I've ever seen, is one of them for sure. Because switching to left and winning tournaments, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
In pool,
So
in professional pool, I don't know that there is nothing stronger if you think about it. There's nothing stronger whatsoever.
that there's nothing stronger for me. I think it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like and yeah, and then
He
the
should be in
rest
the
is
Hall of Fame
history.
for that. He should be with you
Oh
right there
yeah,
in the Hall of
he
Fame.
will be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
He should be.
For me, I think he will be in the Hall of Fame for sure.
The work he put in to get
If
that way. Yeah.
if they don't vote him as a Hall of Famer, I'm gonna that's it. I'm gonna boycott the BCA Hall of Fame. No, I'm just, but I'm just saying that's unheard of. I mean, he wins
Yeah.
tournaments.
Yeah. A
Hey,
lot of mad respect.
hats to my
Everybody.
brother.
Yeah. John and I are good friends as well. I love the kid. He's a
Yeah,
good kid.
Yeah. He was on
yeah,
the show. Great job. Great job. All
we're
right.
proud of him.
Let's talk about your gambling days. Your not poker, pool. You talked about your career. Talk about your ups and downs in gambling. Was it harder to lose a huge money set than to lose second place in the finals, or is it harder to lose in that tournament finals? Which one's tougher? And
Oh, losing in the final for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, gambling. When you lose in the gambling, hey, flip it up,
Yeah.
double the bets.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of those crying shit. Just flip it up, double the bet. Losing in the final, it hurts more because you gotta wait one year, to reclaim your place or to, play again.
If you get a chance to reclaim your place, I mean, just to get to the finals of a major event is so tough. So that's why
Oh yeah,
you don't know that you're
oh
ever going
yeah.
to get the chance again.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I mean,
Tough.
yeah,
what was your
losing in the
toughest action match, Alex? The toughest action
what?
match you had a real tough time with. With a
When
good amount of
me
money, not
and
fun, but
for a lot of money, I think it's gotta be Dennis or Colio when we played around 2006. We played 12 different sessions. It came 6 and 6, and
Give us the format. What'd you play? Tell
I
us what.
played him some 10 ball, race to 30. Sometimes we played 3 sets in one night, and sometimes it goes 1-1, and then we ended up winning last one, and 1-1. He ended up winning the last one. So we did it for 12 sessions, and I think that was the greatest money match I ever played. Like because Dennis is known as the king of money game at that time, and yet I'm able to compete with him at that time, right? And then yeah, I think that's around 2006 and seven. I think that's the time we start gambling like that.
Not switching the subject. We're staying on that subject. But did you guys played in the Philippines, right? Because he
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah,
When did he
we
come to the
played in
state?
Philippines.
When did he
I
come to the state?
think 2007, I believe, or eight, something like that, or maybe later on.
I think it was a little later.
Six. I'm not really. No,
I
no,
think a
six
little later.
because I remember he's already in the IPT.
But he. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So and then after that,
did you win
yeah,
that set? Did you win that big long set?
we have a 12 session.
Yeah.
I won 6 different session
Yeah.
and lost 6 different session.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
incredible.
So
Yeah.
yeah, one
When
time I
when you
tell
say
you one.
Alex, when you
Go
say
ahead.
12 sessions, are you saying like 12 different nights of races to 30?
12 different nights.
of
All
Wow.
races for
different
30.
night. One time I played him a race to 29. He had me 28 to 20. I ended up beating 29 to 28. The next day we played race to 30, two sets. He beat me 30-11 and 30 to 7 or 8. Two sets he beat me by by 20 something games. He was, yeah,
Wow.
that's true story.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And
And
then the next session I beat him. That's how crazy the game is.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
next session I beat him. And then the next session he beat me. The next session I beat him. It went back and forth and back and forth. So
Do you think that was your prime?
I think so because that's the time I felt like I would like to play any human being in the world, any
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So I think that's except for one pocket because I didn't know how to
Right,
play
right.
then. But
No, right.
any rotation game, 8 balls, straight pool, I think I was ready to play anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, and everything changed.
do you have any sponsors at all right now, or is it all? I want to talk a little bit about your
Yes,
stuff right now too. Besides your Pagulayan stuff, do you have any other sponsors? And we do want to talk about Pagulayan.
yeah, I'm
Yes, we do.
sponsored by Pagulayan Chalk, Pagulayan Case.
Yeah,
That's the
no, go
only
ahead.
sponsor that I have.
Absolutely.
No,
The
but
toll made.
well then let me talk about it. Tom's a sponsor of mine, but your products, Pagulayan products are through the roof. I hear everywhere I go. It's Pagulayan. As a matter of fact, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm just kidding. It's unbelievable what you guys have done. Shout out to Greg. Your
Uh-huh.
call him your manager. I don't know exactly what his title is with you, but he's your partner. You guys have done such a great job, and all I hear is great stuff about your products.
Well, we have a great team, and people don't see this because they work behind the scene.
Right.
Sophia Deborah is one of the reason our product is also good, and obviously Greg, and they're so meticulous to our stuff. If you put our logo or our name slightly lower, like you can't really see it, but both of them, Sophia and Greg Deborah, they see it. So they redo it again. So they're like, that's why our quality is up there just because of those two person. They're very
Meticulous.
perfectionist to our
Yeah.
product. Meticulous, yeah.
Where do they go, Alex? To if somebody doesn't know about your product and they can go right now, where would they go?
They can go to pagulayan.com. Pagulayanqs.com. Sorry.
We'll put that up.
Pagulayanqs.com.
Put that up
Yeah.
during this. And tell us again, what do you have? You were literally naming it off. I do want to know what you have.
Well, okay. I'm not exactly sure what we have in the store right now, but I can name you a few of them that I know for sure. Tollmate, Cold Case, uh, Pagline Chop, Apparels, uh, Tip Gloss, Butt Wipe. uh, wait, we have towels, we got
You're going to
burnishers, we
forget
got
something. You're going to forget
All
something.
right,
But
got a
go.
lot of everything.
I there's a lot of things. I can't remember them all, but if they're looking to find out what we have in the store, like I said, go to pagulayanqs.com.
Do you really have butt wipes?
Yeah, and I have underwear also.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
Well,
great.
and a belt.
players
Yeah,
need those things, Scott. I'm sure you're
yeah.
aware. Over the years.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Uh,
One thing I want to talk about is that pool case or pool travel bag that you came up with. I think is a home run grand slam. I've thought of because we have leagues that take cues over to Vegas for APA. No one knows where to stick their cue. They charge extra for it. When you came up with that case that holds the cues, and if you guys go check his website out, you'll see what I'm talking about. Talk about that. That was a great idea. I really loved it.
Well, the experience did it for me because I've been spending a lot of money on extra luggage. And what really got me in 2019, I was in China I was 3 kilos overweight, and they charged me $300 for it. And I said, "Screw this! I'm gonna come up with this travel bag with you can put your cue in it, and it's perfect enough to travel, so you don't have oversized luggage, you don't have to pay extra, and the rest is history." And Greg came out with the design and the quality of it. I just gave him the idea, and it came with the design and quality. That's it.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, like I
great.
said, it was awesome. Uh,
Mhm.
real quick, I think you're one of the best guys in pool. How do you have that attitude, Alex? Because when I see you, you're joking around with John, you in the middle of a tournament and you're still approachable. I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, I'm nervous to get an autograph." You come across as genuine and funny. Where does that come from?
Well, first thing first, when I was 17, and I said to myself, if I can't take losing, there's no point playing the game, because you play the game to enjoy the game, right? So I said, I know it hurts when you lose, but after that, you still need to live your life. And me approaching the fans, picture this: imagine playing pool without the fans. What would it look like? So I said, let me
It happens all the time.
yeah, let me include the fans, because let me entertain them, because without them there's no us. So every day that goes by, I keep improving how to approach them and be nice as much as I can. But sometimes we're human being, we're in a bad mood sometimes. We go off the air a little bit here and there, but for the most part, we're trying to be as nice as we can.
I think I think
Yeah.
I think it's important. You basically just said you were consciously always conscious and working on how you can improve interacting with the fans. And we need the fans nowadays, and we need these younger players nowadays to interact
Uh-huh.
more than ever with the fans.
Yep. I think so. Just because this also the young kids, our fans is the future also. The
Yeah,
more fans we get, and the more I think the longer the game will go.
agreed.
I think.
Yes.
So the more sponsor that will come, and so if you're a young player, if you're an asshole, be nice.
Or even if you're not an asshole and you're just quiet, find a way to get
Yeah.
out of your own shell, right? Find a way to
Yeah,
break them.
that's it. And let the kids, the fans involved. I mean,
Yeah.
they look up to you. So yeah.
That's great stuff because, like I said, I see it obviously as I'm always traveling on the road to do shows, and I see even though sometimes players aren't assholes, people assume they are. With you, it seems like you're always approachable, and I really appreciate that. I know the fans do as well.
Mm, my pleasure. I mean, I'll do whatever I can to entertain everyone and be as nice as possible. And yeah, I hope a lot of young players they do the same, just because we need to preserve the sports as long as we can.
I have a question for you, Alex. So, outside of gambling, casinos or poker games or pool, what
Okay, go ahead.
else? What else? Because I know you're a lot like me. I think you like the outdoors. I think you like doing a lot of different things, and
Uh huh.
you're one of those players. I'm really guilty of it. I don't think I'm guilty of it because I know we only have one life to live. But
Mm-hmm.
when you realize there's more outside of just gambling and pool, what is that? What else do you like to do? What do you like to do?
Well, right now, I think when you get older, you're looking to. For me, I like nature.
Me too.
So whatever nature's bring to you, like fishing, I start to like the fishing. Although I'm fishing on the fish pan, I caught like 3 little bit of fish, and I'm so excited, and
That's all
I
right.
can't wait to go. Yeah, I can go. I can't wait to go fishing on the in the ocean, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And gardening, I start liking it, and obviously raising chickens, and it's just like nature. So I start
Yeah.
liking that too. So I'm traveling a lot. I like to go to beaches and stuff, mountains. So I guess that's what you call aging. I'm not really sure.
So I've always liked that. I've always liked it, but I think
Mhm.
that you're just finding it, and there's not. That's great. I think anybody that finds it at any
But
point, I think,
I still like to play pool for sure. But you know, I I I I just love to compete. Although my eyes, it's not give me a full vision to play, but I still love to play, and like I still love to compete. And whenever I get a chance, I will, once in a while, and give my opponent a hard time, and I get a kick out of it. Hey, the old man got you, you know. So
well,
yeah.
Bobby, what do you got? We've been this young champion has been giving us a lot of his time.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good,
Wow.
and I think we're pretty good here. He literally answered the big question I was going to ask is, your fans, you have a huge fan base, obviously with all your products and your world champions and your gambling, your personality. You said you just love the game, so you think you're going to come back, and if you do, what are you going to come back tournaments? Maybe some gambling matches.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you want to come back fully? What is your goal like in the near term once you get healthy?
I
Tournament?
think yeah, I'm gonna do both, and I'm gonna warn all the players: gambling and tournaments. Watch out, guys. I'm
Warn them
gonna
all.
do some damage.
Warning up right here on the show. Alex.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Well, I'm still gonna, wolf out everybody making games. You know what I'm like. There's
Yeah.
nobody's barred. As long as the game right, we can keep, get it on. And even in the tournament, I'm still gonna, compete.
Three months.
I
3 months. You
think,
think? 3 months.
but I'm start to playing now. I mean, tonight I have a big game for $100, race to nine rotation. So
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I played. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing pretty soon. I think by the time August, I'm able to compete. I believe
Well, we want
end
you.
of
We want
August.
you. We want you in line at Hilltop Promotions too. So
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And also, we might make a game with the top one pocket players, even rotation. So you guys gonna see it pretty soon. Especially this year, my studio is almost done. I think I'm gonna create some games there, rotation games. So or
great,
9 ball, 10 ball, whatever. So you guys gonna see it this year for sure.
great.
Uh, I got to throw this out real quick. You did talk about you and Federer playing the big one pocket neutral zone. Yale Billiards has a new Gold Crown Brunswick 7. That's as neutral as you can get, right? 4-inch pockets.
Hmm.
They're pretty great. So if that's something you're interested in, how do you feel about the Brunswick Gold Crown 7s? You seen them yet?
Well, I saw the table in Vegas, but I haven't played in it yet. No, no,
Right.
I'm not really sure what it's hard for me to make a comment or any suggestion. I don't know the table yet, but it sounds interesting. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're really good tables. So, and actually, if anybody out there is interested, we have a Gold Crown 6 we're going to be raffling off. And we're doing 120 spots, $100 each. And you're also going to get $500 for install delivered right to your door. A brand new Gold Crown 6 with drop pockets with Simonis cloth. It's awesome. We're going to have the flyer up. You can't beat it. It's a $13,000 table for $100. And if you buy more than one spot, you can actually save a little bit of money. So, you'll get the information on that.
Is
Yeah.
this peso or dollars?
Pesos.
Peso.
Uh,
All right.
And thank you to Town for everything they're doing for me, Jonas Oostin, and then obviously Q Armor. This is a new line. Alex has probably seen all the players that are with Q Armor, but QArmor.com, check them out. They're really some of the best jerseys I've ever had, and I just really appreciate them. And obviously Jay Flowers. But Alex, I'll let Bobby close this out. And I want to thank you very much for coming on, dude. You and I have known each other for 30 plus years, battled back and forth. I got the utmost respect for you, and I appreciate it.
Before Bob, I just want to say something too. Thank you guys for having me here, Scott. Thank you for having me here, and I can't wait to get back on this show again. Fans, thank you guys all. I love you. Peace. Shout out to everyone.